Hello, beautiful souls. I'm back with a reading today. The theme of today's reading is really getting out of, releasing what is no longer needed in your life. It's a new astrological new year. We're in Aries season now, so it can be quite a powerful time. I've just been sick myself, so that's when you just remember, if when you are sick, you are releasing and letting go of what doesn't need to be in your body anymore. And so it's never a bad thing. It's just a time for rest and recovery. So if you're also finding that yourself, or if you are going through some weird emotions or feeling a little bit uncertain, just know that this is technically like the new year. It's the astrological, oh my gosh, new year. So excuse me if my throat is a bit hoarse. I'm still not feeling 100%, but yeah, so this is technically the new year. So it might feel a little bit weird, like you're a little bit floating, like what am I doing? But then you've got like the Aries, which is like, I want to get motivated, I want to get going, I action, lights, camera, action. But you might not be quite sure what that is, and so it can be a bit of a weird seesaw back and forth energy. So I'm going to start with today's soul action message. What if it isn't true? So whatever you've been telling yourself, what if it isn't true? What if actually the opposite is true? If you could be saying some sort of limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, things that you thinking might happen, what if they're not true? The thing you were telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, or you won't get there, or you're not good enough, or you're not enough, it's not for you. What if all of that wasn't true? It's time for a good soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands over your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal the answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? So what lie is holding you back? Which is a really good, this is basically like a new year. So you need to stop holding yourself back and telling these lies to yourself. Because they're not true. And so I picked the card, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? There's a few dark and gloomy cards here, but I'm picking up the energy as there's the tower moment. You need to let go of some stuff that's holding you back, and it's not serving you anymore. This stuff in your life, all these limiting beliefs and thought patterns and need to play small mentality is not serving you or your purpose anymore. So what are you clinging on to? Is there anything that you are sort of clinging on to? These things that you're telling yourself that aren't actually true. How can you release them and let them go and tell yourself a different story? It's like walking through the door of a different story of what your identity is, the identity that you have been almost lying to yourself about, and you want to actually go through the doors and become who you really, really are, who you really want to be, this person that you've been hiding and staying small and squishing behind bars almost. That's what I'm feeling from that card. And then I got the third quarter moon, adjustments are required. So yeah, that all goes down with adjusting your attitude, adjusting your thinking, changing your mindset, changing the way your routine, changing something in your life. It's just adjusting the way you're showing up for yourself. Adjusting the way things are done so you can really go into this beautiful field of flowers, and not stay stuck. See the gloominess of both of them? It's not like you're in a bad place. It's just like, you know what you need to do to get through to the other side, but sometimes we just stay stuck in our story, and oh, I'm not good enough, telling yourself another story. What if what you've been telling yourself is actually not true? So yeah, adjustments are required there, just on your maybe your routine, your mindset, your attitude. Just, it's a new oh my gosh, I can't even say that word. Yeah, so let's go into it with feeling like a new you. And then we got the North Node, step out of your comfort zone. So North Node is in Pisces, so that's all about being dreamy and having big dreams and all of that. And how can you, and also it can be a time where we can kind of get stuck in our dream, and the dream just never goes anywhere. We're just oh, that's a beautiful dream. What are you doing to action your dream? How are you getting out of your comfort zone? And because if you were sitting there feeling if you're feeling a bit stuck or afraid, or you're not wanting to branch out, then you're just kind of stagnant in life. But the moment you start, things start getting a little bit scary, or there's all these what ifs and stuff, then you're actually being pushed to do more. And this push to do more actually helps you grow. And the more we can kind of step into our fear of things that we don't really want to do, because we've got all these lies that we're telling ourselves, of what if it doesn't work, what if this were, which are all lies anyway. Actually stepping into the fear and actually maybe realizing it's not as scary. So yeah, step out of your comfort zone. And I pulled a couple of tarot. I got the Ace of Wands, which is all about creating new projects, inspiration, something new, new creative ideas coming to you. You might have something that you're wanting to create or wanting to step in and do, but you're the fear, you need to step out of your comfort zone to really start doing these. And then we got the Nine of Wands. Lots of wands here, so this is all fast energy as well. That's you having the courage to actually doing this. So the Nine of Wands and the step out of your comfort zone actually goes perfectly well together. This is you having the courage, and it can be testing your faith at the same time, because this guy looks pretty wounded, and he's sort of he's having to keep going, but the also can have this pessimism, where you're fearing the worst. So the fear keeps you stuck, so you want to be moving past that and moving into your courage. And then I finished with a couple of fairies messages, and we got the manifestation one, which is being very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Make sure you write it down on paper, and that's your manifestation step one. Once you sort of write it down on paper, even put it on your wall, so you look at it every day, that's basically you putting your wish out to the universe. And then the next one is Magical Gateway, which is it takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yeah, this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Yeah, so these are beautiful. They go so well together. Putting out what you are manifesting out there, and then really just stepping out of your comfort zone and releasing those old stories that are keeping you stuck. First manifesting and putting it out there, and then really just making the step into the unknown, whatever that unknown project or creative idea is. Just don't let just don't let the pessimism of the Nine of Wands stop you. Like, I feel like that could be your block, like those pessimistic like thoughts of like, oh, whatever, that just won't happen. Like, just remember, if you're saying that won't happen, you are correct. Like, whatever we believe becomes our reality. So if you actually go, what if it could happen, and how can it happen, and what would that look like, and then how can you, or the manifesting, how can you almost dream like what that dream would look like, and how can you then put steps to make whatever that dream is a little bit more of a reality every day. So yeah, I hope that reading helped anyone who stuck by to read it. I mean, listen to it. My brain's a little bit like bit foggy at the moment, but yeah, thank you for bearing with me, and I really appreciate you. Drop a heart or a fairy or whatever sign you want to if this resonated with you. Bye.